Okay, so here is the scoop on First Eucharist. Um, First of all, thank you all for being so incredibly patient through this process. As some of you probably know, we've been given the go-ahead to start scheduling our sacraments here in the Diocese of Rochester. So here's what we're going to do. Okay, if you've opened this newsletter, you'll see that in this section we have for this week, Chapter 7 is up. I decided to hold off on Chapter 8 and not bombard you with all of doing 2 chapters this week because we actually have another week. I wasn't quite sure we were going to get that extra week. So, okay. So here's what we're doing. We are going to have a First Eucharist practice and review. And that I'm going to host, hopefully, if the weather cooperates, in the parking lot of St. Thomas More so that it's socially distanced for the amount of people that would be coming. Okay, so that's going to be just our candidates and our family members or whoever is going to bring them that day. Okay, going to have everybody spaced. You must wear a mask. So you're going to have your masks on when you come, even though we're outside. We're going to take that extra precaution. I'm going to review the book. Most of you have been doing chapter by chapter on this, right? You probably have finished it, but we'll just do a quick review. And then I'm going to review how we go to communion. And then your children will be trying an unconsecrated wafer, just to get an idea of how they're going to be receiving, how it's going to taste, but also how they're going to receive removing their mask and being able to do it that way. So there's a few pieces that are a little different that we need to review with them. Once they've had the review, okay, and they only need to go to one. There are 2 sessions, one at the beginning of August and one at the end of August. They only need to go to one, preferably right before they receive their first communion. So once they have their review, and they have their brief interview with me, which is not, it's just me making sure that they know what they're doing, then you're free to schedule. You can schedule your First Eucharist now. So if you see the tab, I'm not sure where my video will be, but if you look up, there'll be the First Eucharist Mass Sign Up tab on this newsletter. If you click on that, that's going to show you all the Mass possibilities for you to sign up. So why aren't we having it all together? Because we can't have that many people come together and still fit within the parameters of how many people we can have at Mass. Okay, so right now our weekend Masses are pretty full, and we haven't quite made that decision to go to a third Mass yet. So we can have 2 families have their child receive First Communion at each weekend Mass. Okay, so you'll see on the sign up, it'll have the Sunday Mass at Queen of Peace or the Sunday Mass at St. Thomas More with a slot for 2 people. So if you sign up for one, all right, then you're all set. So we can have 2 people at those Masses. If you want to go to a daily Mass where there's less people, we usually only have maybe about 20 people at a daily Mass. So with that, I can have up to 4 candidates that want to do their first communion. And then there's no restriction. You can invite your family to come to that. That's a safer venue for you to invite maybe a grandparent if they're able and want to attend. That is completely up to you. That's your personal preference and your comfort level. But I will tell you the weekday Masses are much less populated than the weekend Mass. Okay. If you just want to do, your immediate family with your child, by all means. So I know everybody's at a different place with all of this. Okay. So you can sign up for the Mass that you want. With that sign up, that will tell me, that sends me an email of who is signing up for which Mass. Okay. I will be present at all of those, wherever you have signed up. So I will coach you through what you have to do the day of. Just be there as a support for you. Feel free to still dress up, whatever if you have a First Communion dress you want to wear, if you have a little tuxedo or suit or whatever everybody wants to wear is fine as long as it's appropriate for Mass. Does not have to be white for dresses or anything like that. Just as long as it's nice church attire, that's what we're looking for. Obviously, I understand completely that maybe the suit you bought for May no longer fits your child now. It's going to be a lot hotter in August than it would have been in May. So that unfortunately is beyond our control. So don't feel pressured. If you want just a nice, something to wear that works is fine. And again, I leave that to you to decide how you want to celebrate that. So what will happen is it will be a regular Mass, but when we know that, which children are making their First Communion, obviously you will go up first. But I'll review all of that with you at the review when we do it for that session. Okay? All right. So remember, you're signing up for a session to practice. So if you're signing up for the August 8th practice, that's on a Saturday, then you can sign up for any Mass you want. But if you can't make that 8th practice, then don't sign up for the 9th because you'll need to have that review in before. If you can't make the 8th or the 29th for the review, then send me an email. We'll do a private one face-to-face with masks, socially distanced, and review it separately from those two if you can't make those. I understand that nothing about this has been easy, so you may have already made plans for vacation in August. That's fine. If we have to add additional Mass dates than what you see listed there, if there's other dates that would work better for you, if you want to have it further into September, all of that is doable, so just let me know. These are just dates that I have kind of just pinpointed when I thought the most people would want. Certainly, we're very flexible. We understand it's been a really tough time. So for simplicity's sake, make sure you're finding out a way to join the practice review session or scheduling with me to get one. And then schedule your First Eucharist Mass for any time after you've planned that review. Okay? Hopefully that makes it simple. I apologize that it's going to be different, but maybe this is a unique opportunity for us. Certainly, our children have been given a tremendous gift for growing their virtue of patience, that's for sure. But many, many saints in the lives of our Catholic history have had to wait to receive communion, and that's actually something that I'd like to talk with the kids about when we do the review, that they're actually in very good company for saints who esteemed great virtue in their life that had to wait for communion because they didn't have daily Mass options back then. So anyway, I hope that's helpful. If you have any questions, if there's anything more I can do to assist you, certainly feel free to reach out to me. I will do the best I can to work with you, and we will figure this out together, okay? So take care. Next week, you'll get Chapter 8 review. Connect with me if you have any questions, and hopefully I will see you at the practice sessions. Thank you, and God bless.